10 British brands that dominated the 1970s. Where are they now? The 1970s were a warm, colorful, wonderfully quirky era in British life. A decade of patterned carpets, compact cars, cozy cafés, unforgettable TV adverts, and brands that felt like part of the family. These weren't just companies. They shaped childhoods, filled high streets, and stitched themselves into daily routines. Some evolved into global powerhouses, others quietly vanished, and a few sit somewhere in between, transformed but still recognizable. Today, we're taking a heartfelt look back at 10 British brands that dominated the 1970s, and where they are now. 10. Woolworths. Woolworths, affectionately known as Woolies, was one of the most beloved shops of the 1970s. Parents trusted it, kids adored it, and everyone seemed to find something they didn't know they needed. It was the home of pick-and-mix sweets, school stationery, budget electronics, toys, household essentials, and vinyl records. If a town had a Woolies, it had a certain charm. It brought communities together in a way few high street shops managed. The 1970s marked Woolworth's golden period. Shopping there felt easy, affordable, and fun. You could walk in for batteries and leave with a magazine, a toy car, and a bag of sweets. Where is it now? Woolworths closed in 2008 after financial struggles intensified during the global recession. The UK stores never returned, though the brand name survives in places like Australia and South Africa. For many people, Woolies lives on through old adverts, retro packaging photos, and fond memories of its cheerful aisles. 9. British Leyland. British Leyland was the automotive giant of the 1970s. Whether it was an Austin, a Morris, a Triumph, a Rover, or the iconic Mini, British Leyland cars dominated motorways and driveways across the country. For many families, their first car came from one of its brands. The company built some beloved designs, but it also faced industrial tensions and financial challenges. Even with these difficulties, British Leyland remained a defining name in British motoring throughout the decade. Where is it now? British Leyland no longer exists, but its legacy is still alive through the brands that survived. Mini thrives under BMW, Jaguar and Land Rover operate under Tata Motors. MG continues under SAIC. The original company may have disappeared, but its influence lives on every time a modern Mini or Jaguar cruises through a city. 8. Little Chef. For anyone who grew up taking road trips in the 1970s, Little Chef was part of the adventure. The red roof diners dotted along A roads were a welcome break, offering hearty British plates served with a smile. Traveling families adored its simple comfort: fry-ups, chips, sausages, toast, and endless cups of tea. Little Chef represented the spirit of family travel at a time when car journeys were becoming more common. Children looked forward to the stops almost as much as the destination itself. Where is it now? Little Chef slowly declined as competition increased and roadside dining evolved. The last restaurants closed in 2018. Many buildings have since been repurposed as Starbucks, Greg's, or independent cafes. Though the chain is gone, its nostalgic pull remains surprisingly strong. 7. Raleigh. Raleigh was the heartbeat of 1970s childhood. Its bicycles, especially the Raleigh Chopper, became status symbols. Kids raced through neighborhoods, explored parks, and customized their bikes with lights, baskets, and colorful accessories. Raleigh wasn't just a brand. It represented freedom, fun, and growing up. Models like the Chopper and the Burner turned Raleigh into an international star. Families trusted the brand for quality and durability. Where is it now? Raleigh is still active today under the Dutch Axel Group. The company continues producing bikes and even re-released the classic Chopper in 2023. While cycling culture has evolved, rally remains a respected name across Europe. 6. Wimpy. Before fast food chains became part of everyday life, Britain had Wimpy, the friendly, sit-down burger restaurant. With real plates, metal cutlery, and table service, Wimpy felt cozy and approachable. Its menu, from burgers to the famous bender in a bun, made it a favorite for families and teens alike. In the 1970s, Wimpy restaurants were found in many town centers, offering an early taste of American-style dining with a distinctly British twist. Where is it now? Wimpy still operates in the UK, although far smaller than during the 70s. Only a few dozen branches remain. The brand is far more successful abroad, especially in South Africa, where it remains a major chain. 5. Clarks. If you were a schoolchild in the 1970s, there's a strong chance you wore Clarks shoes. Parents trusted the brand for durability and comfort. The excitement of getting your feet measured in a Clarks store, sliding them into the foot gauge, is a memory shared by millions. Clarks offered stylish and reliable footwear for adults, too, making it a shop families return to again and again. Where is it now? Clarks still exists as a global footwear brand. While many UK stores have closed, Clarks continues to operate worldwide with a strong online presence. The brand's reputation for comfort remains its greatest strength. 4. Hornby. Hornby train sets captured the imagination of British households throughout the 1970s. Setting up miniature railways became a cherished hobby, a world of tiny bridges, stations, tunnels, and engines that felt alive once the trains began to move. Hornby also produced Scale Extric, adding electric racing thrills to Christmas mornings and family weekends. Where is it now? Hornby remains active today, focusing on collectors and enthusiasts. The company still produces detailed model trains and classic sets, keeping its heritage alive. Despite the rise of digital entertainment, Hornby continues to hold a special place in British nostalgia. 3. BHS British Home Stores. BHS was a cornerstone of British shopping in the 1970s. It offered clothing, lighting, bedding, home goods, and affordable essentials that made it a go-to stop for families. Its wide aisles and bright displays were familiar to shoppers across the country. Throughout the decade, BHS maintained a strong presence and became beloved for its value and variety. Where is it now? After years of financial struggles, BHS closed its doors in 2016. The brand now exists only online. Although the physical stores are gone, memories of Christmas decorations, homeware aisles, and bargain clothes live on for many. 2. Triumph Motorcycles. Triumph's motorcycles carried a certain confidence and charm in the 1970s. Riders loved their distinctive sound and clean engineering. Triumph was one of Britain's most famous manufacturers, with models that captured imagination at home and abroad. But by the early 1980s, the original company faced collapse. Where is it now? Triumph was revived in the 1990s and re-established as a major global manufacturer. Today, its modern bikes are admired for performance and style, proudly carrying the legacy of its earlier decades. 1. Marks & Spencer. Marks & Spencer was a trusted favorite throughout the 1970s. Families bought clothing, home goods, and treats from its food aisles. The brand symbolized quality, reliability, and a distinctly British sense of everyday luxury. Whether it was buying school uniforms or picking up something for Sunday lunch, M&S was woven into ordinary life. Where is it now? M&S remains one of the UK's largest and most recognizable retailers. Although shopping habits have changed, its food halls are hugely popular, and the brand continues to modernize while holding on to its heritage. It's one of the few 1970s giants that never faded. British brands of the 1970s shaped routines, memories, and moments that still echo today. Some vanished, some transformed, and others found fresh life in a modern world. But each one carries a little piece of that charming, nostalgic decade. A reminder of how deeply brands can define an era. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.